Hello, my name is Katie Dodd. I am a registered dietitian and I run the channel, The Geriatric Dietitian. Now, today I thought I would just pull up an article from my website and share it with you guys because I think this is one that can help a lot of you. I will click or include a link to click on below if you want to actually check out this article. But today we are going to walk through the colonoscopy prep diet, and my goal is to make it easy peasy for you. Now, I want to start off by saying this is meant to be general education and not medical advice. I always recommend that you talk to your healthcare team and make sure that you're getting recommendations specific for you. Now, this article is an interesting one, and I'll share with you why it is interesting. I was in a season where I had some health issues going on, and I had to get 3 colonoscopies done in a 6-month period. Now, one thing about me, I get very dramatic when I don't eat. And when I wrote this blog article, I was actually fasting, no food. I was on my final day of prep for a colonoscopy. I think it was like my third one. And I was so irritated. I'm like, you know what? Instead of sitting here and ruminating on how hungry I am and how convinced I am that I'm probably dying, which I was not, I'm going to take this energy and put it into creating an article that will hopefully help other people. And actually, this article has helped a lot of people. It was first published, 2021. So it's been out there for 5 years. Now, by the time you see this on YouTube, I might have updated it. So again, go check out the link as I update it. So I'm just going to scroll through the website and I'm just going to kind of share this information with you guys. And the reason I want to share it is because sometimes when you get that colonoscopy prep diet, you might get like a black and white photocopied many time instructions. It's just overwhelming. It's confusing. My goal is to make it easy for you to understand how the heck do I get my bowels prepped to have a good colonoscopy so I only have to get it done once. So this picture right here was actually me drinking my 7-Up. I was on my clear liquid diet day. And so yeah, okay, here I wrote here, tomorrow will be my third colonoscopy in just over 6 months. Oh, so I was on my clear liquid diet day, which apparently I thought I was dying, like I was completely fasting. So let's dive into what a colonoscopy prep diet is. Now, a colonoscopy prep diet is simply the way you eat in the days preceding your colonoscopy. It's designed to clear your bowels so your healthcare team can complete a successful colonoscopy. They can see everything they need to in the bowels. Now, having a successful colonoscopy means that you have to have 100% clear bowels. Any type of stool in the colon can get in the way of your gastroenterologist's ability to see the surface of your large intestine. And if you're unable to fully prep, then they will cancel your colonoscopy, or even worse, if you're in the middle of it, meaning they've already given you the anesthesia, they'll like cancel it and have you come back. That actually happened to me on my second one. So you'll have to reschedule and then do the prep all over again. And if you can't tell, I don't love the prep, but my goal is to help get you through it. So again, I know that it's a little confusing and you'll be taking some type of medication also to help prep your bowels. So you might be thinking like, well, why does the diet matter? Aren't they just going to give me that gross drink and clear out my bowels? Well, yes. The prescription you're taking, it might be something like Suprep or Go Lightly. There might be other options. They might even recommend like magnesium citrate. And these medications will absolutely help you clear your bowels. But the colonoscopy diet prep, what you're doing ahead of time, is really important. It's estimated that 20 to 25% of those who have colonoscopies have poor prep. Following a colonoscopy diet can help ensure that you have successful prep and a successful colonoscopy so you don't have to go in more than you need to. So in general, the colonoscopy prep diet consists of 3 days. I do want to take a minute step back because I know I gave that general disclaimer at the beginning, but your doctor might provide, different recommendations. So always follow what they say, but this should be in line with what most of you are getting. These are the general guidelines for prepping for a colonoscopy. So it's made up of 3 days, and I got a little graphic here. We're going to go through each day. So day 1 is really focused on a low fiber diet. If we're looking at 3 days, day 1 is 2 days before that colonoscopy. Day 2 is a clear liquid diet. This is the day before the colonoscopy. And then day 3 is nothing by mouth. That is the day of the colonoscopy. And if you're lucky, you get your colonoscopy early in the morning. If you're not, you have to get it done later in the day. I've had the later in the day ones, and it just feels really unfair. Now, there is emerging research on options for liberalizing diets and not following such a strict diet prep. But because results in this research isn't consistent, most gastroenterologists are going to recommend following a more strict colonoscopy prep diet just to ensure that you have a successful colonoscopy. So again, final reminder, work with your healthcare team, follow their individualized instructions. This article is meant to complement their instructions and not replace them. So let's talk about colonoscopy diet prep day 1. So again, this is 2 days before you go in for that colonoscopy. On day 1 of your colonoscopy prep diet, you're working on decreasing the amount of fiber in your diet. In my opinion, this is the easiest day of diet prep. As a dietitian, I do eat a lot of high fiber foods, but cutting them out for a day, it doesn't cause any problems. I'm not hungry. I'm still getting food. Now, a low fiber diet is actually pretty simple. You're just avoiding or limiting foods that contain high fiber. Now, fiber is non-digestible parts of food, primarily from plant. That is what gives us the bulk to have good bowel movements. Most of us don't get enough fiber anyway, so you hear a lot of us dietitians and healthcare professionals saying eat a lot of fiber for good, healthy bowel movements. But in day 1 of our colonoscopy prep, we're saying, nope, let's back off on our fiber and eat a low fiber diet because we don't want that bulk in your bowels. So fiber is found in, again, plant products, fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and other food products. I always recommend reading the nutrition label on packaged foods because that will tell you how much fiber is in an individual food. So this is just a list of high fiber foods. So fruits, vegetables, whole grains, beans, lentils, nuts, seeds, some protein bars have added fiber and snack bars, etc. So let's talk low fiber foods. Foods that are low in fiber include meat, fish, eggs, milk, cheese, ice cream, bread, white bread. I should clarify that. White bread, not like a high fiber bread. White rice, some crackers like a saltine or even a Ritz cracker usually don't have fiber. Some pastas, most white pastas aren't high in fiber. Olive oil, etc. So honestly, you could see by this list, it's like, yeah, actually, that's not bad. It might be a shift, especially if you eat a lot of, really healthy foods. You're like, oh, golly, these necessarily aren't foods that I eat all the time or like the main bulk of my diet. But again, it is one day of the diet and it is going to be low in fiber. So some tips for following a low fiber diet. My number one tip is read the nutrition facts label because you never know. Again, fiber is an important nutrient. I've been seeing lots of things on fiber maxing on the internet these days. So a lot of food products will add additional fiber to the foods. So before your prep begins, go to the store, start reading nutrition facts labels, look for foods with no or low fiber and have those stocked in your house ready to go. So that way when day 1 comes, you've got everything you need. Now, I will say at the beginning, I'm going to share, it's pretty affordable, but I do sell a colonoscopy diet prep series. It has a pre-made food list, a shopping list, a meal plan, and a colonoscopy prep planner if you're feeling a little overwhelmed. But let's keep going. So I do have on the article that I'm linking below and that I'm sharing on the screen, I do have a sample of what a low fiber diet could look like. So breakfast, eggs, bacon, white toast, milk. Totally fine. Snack, cheese and crackers. Lunch, maybe some tortellini with pesto. A snack, cottage cheese. Dinner, maybe some salmon with lemon juice and dill and white rice. And then if you want a snack before bedtime, because you know that the next day is going to get a little tougher, maybe a little ice cream treat. So one thing to keep in mind, again, this is a temporary diet. It's 3 days. So don't get too caught up in like, oh, the foods have to be super healthy. Just do what you can do to get low fiber for your first day. So day 2, this is the day before the actual colonoscopy, and this is my least favorite day. I was in day 2 when I was writing this. So this is clear liquid diet day. Now, again, I'm a dietitian. I love food. And clear liquids to me, I'm like, this isn't food. So again, when I was writing this, I was feeling pretty miserable. But the clear liquid diet is usually completed the day before your colonoscopy. And as the name implies, it is made up of liquids that are clear without any type of residue. Think pulp. Like, for example, think of orange juice with pulp in it, right? We don't want orange juice with pulp. We want clear liquids that don't have any type of residue. Now, a clear liquid diet, it's primarily carbohydrate foods. And because you're eating just carbohydrates and no fiber or anything, it's difficult to feel full or satiated. Satiated is just a fancy word for like, I feel good. I feel satisfied. I feel full. I don't feel like I'm starving to death. So yeah, this is the day you're just going to feel hungry, right? But the good news is it's temporary. Now, clear liquids are generally ones you can see through. Liquids like milk and orange juice are not included on a clear liquid diet. There's a diet called full liquid, but that's not what we're talking about day 2. We're talking about clear liquids. So it's important that your clear liquids are clear. They don't contain any food particles. And here are some examples of things to avoid on day 2. So you want to avoid any type of solid food, any type of soft foods, applesauce, pudding, ice cream, milk, whether it is dairy, cow, or plant-based, orange juice, dark purple or red colored drinks, juice with pulp, vegetable juice, cream-based soups, soups with food chunks, or alcohol. So this is a list of what is actually included in the clear liquid diet. So we're talking apple juice, white grape juice, black coffee without the sugar or the cream, of course, tea without cream, um, sports drinks that are clear, lemonade, chicken broth, beef broth, um, Jello, so a gelatin product, soda, popsicles, hard candies, Ensure Clear is an option, and water. So, I've mentioned how I don't like following a clear liquid diet. No matter how many clear liquids I consume, I just do not feel satisfied. My biggest tip is just keep yourself busy or distracted on day 2 so you don't get over focused on being hungry. So if you're able to like have a day that you're doing stuff and not just sitting there focused on, my stomach is growling. So again, that's also why I wrote this blog article to keep me distracted. So I do have in here a clear liquid diet sample meal plan. So breakfast could be, black coffee or tea, apple juice, lemon jello, a snack, popsicle, 7-Up, lunch, chicken broth, lime jello, diet or a sports drink. Snack could be a white grape juice and lemonade. So you can see it's not much. Now, if you drink diet sodas versus regular, it's not going to have calories. If I'm doing a clear liquid, I want to have a regular soda. I mean, it's sugar, but it's calories. So it's going to be something to, kind of get me through the day. Dinner, beef broth, orange jello, soda, snack, candies. So now let's talk colonoscopy diet day 3. This is the day. This is the day of your colonoscopy. I am hoping for you that you have it early, but even if you have it later in the day, you got to do what you got to do, but there is nothing by mouth. So the diet for this day is really easy. But it pretty much means you're not eating or drinking anything. Now, the night before this, that's when you usually do your bowel prep. So many of you were probably up late, spending a lot of time on the toilet. You might have to finish your bowel prep also in the morning, which is fine. Like, take your bowel prep, follow the instructions. If it includes water with it, like do that according to the instructions, but don't eat or drink anything beyond this. This includes hard candies, gum, ice chips. So just do your best to get through the nothing by mouth until you have that colonoscopy. And now if your colonoscopy is really late in the day, you're like, Holly, why did I get one at 5 at night? Who does this? Talk to your healthcare team and they may allow like some clear liquids or water early in the morning, right? And also refer to your individual instructions. So, bowel prep tips. So on this day, again, you're not eating anything. So diet recommendations, again, are easy. It's pretty much nothing. Now, doing your prep can be pretty tough for a lot of people, but it's got to be done. When you're actually drinking the prep, for a lot of people, they struggle with gagging. And if you puke up your bowel prep, that stuff you take to make the bowels clear out, you do have to finish it. So there's lots of tips on what you can do to make drinking that bowel prep a little bit more palatable for you. Number 1, put it in the fridge the night before. A colder bowel prep typically is easier to drink than room temperature for most people, right? Go based on what you like. Drink your bowel prep fast. If possible, chug that drink down. The longer you make it, the more you might be torturing yourself. If you can't chug the prep, try doing shots with water in between. Or if slow works better for you, you know your body better than anyone. You could alternate like prep water, take your time. Take time to breathe and relax between sips. If you start getting really nervous and hyperventilating, that's going to make it a little harder too. You could also try drinking it with a straw and put the straw more towards the back of your tongue to where you can still swallow, but maybe not taste it as much. Some people find it's beneficial to hold their nose while they're swallowing to minimize the smell, or even like holding a slice of lemon or some other aroma that they put on their nose has been helpful. So again, I know some people are sensitive and you might throw up. If that happens, talk to your doctor, talk to your healthcare team. I know I've heard of like being provided anti-nausea medications with the prep for some people who are like so sensitive that you're just going to puke it up. Okay, so that is the prep. When it comes to eating after the colonoscopy, first off, congratulations, you survived. Now you can go back to eating a normal diet in most cases, assuming there's no complications with your colonoscopy. But in most cases, you can go back to eating a normal diet. Now, many people still experience diarrhea and upset stomach from that prep. So go easy as you reintroduce foods. Some people find it's better to avoid spicy, fatty, greasy, or fried foods for the rest of that day. But in general, there aren't dietary restrictions as you go back to your regular diet. So preparing for the diet, I mentioned I do have I think it's like $9.99. I don't remember the exact price, but I do have a link below if you're like, wow, I would really like something I could print out and, have a list of the foods I can eat, have a grocery list, have the meal plan, have a planner all in front of me. This is a product that I do share. But again, if you're like, I don't really want to buy anything, the information's on the website and we're just covering it all here. So again, there is the sample meal plan for every day. Day 3, of course, is nothing. There are some recipes on my website as well. If you're looking for some ideas of recipes to cook, if you're just feeling super overwhelmed, these are some fun recipes like lavender lemonade, a charcuterie low fiber board, some sparkling jello. If you want to add like 7-Up to make your jello, make it fun. I mean, it doesn't have to be a day that's completely miserable, even though I'm saying it's a horrible day. You can make it fun, right? If you were eating out on a colonoscopy diet, I do have some recommendations here as well about like, based on the restaurant, here's some things that might fit each day. Um, so yeah, I'm just scrolling down the rest of my article. I think that's it. So I hope this article was helpful. I hope it was helpful with me sharing my screen and kind of walking through all of these steps. Best of luck to you as you get your colonoscopy, doing your prep to make sure that the bowels are clear so you don't have to go back again. All the links are below to this article, to the prep series if you're interested in it. But best of luck to you. Be sure to subscribe to this channel, The Geriatric Dietitian, to get more content. Comment below. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you're like, I did it. I made it through. Colonoscopies are not fun, but they are so, so important. So you have got this.